Hello there. Gosh, it's a long way down. Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news, and this is weird doing it in a completely different setting. I was going to change things up for the start of season 2. I mean, this is a whole new beginning, and this is just weird. Don't worry. Once I'm more settled in at home, I'm gonna get everything set up and decorated. It's gonna look a lot more homely. Might get a nice rug, a little fern in the corner, really tie the whole room together. But until then, we got nerdy news to talk about. So let's talk about it. Now, while I'm trying to find my feet and get back into the groove and get all loosey-goosey, I'm going to just read some notes and try and make this a bit more organic because I'm feeling kind of out of practice here. I've missed you guys. I've done a couple of live streams, but it's been a while. Yet we're in season 2 and I'm still singing the same songs. Don't worry, I'm going to try and come up with some new material, but I haven't done it for 3 years. We're really going to start now? Something that is new, though, is the brand new Marvel 1-to-1 scale Star-Lord helmet. Okay, so Star-Lord, I dare say the character is a bit of a friend of the show by this point. And I got to say, as far as these Marvel replicas go, looks pretty nice. I mean, there's not a hell of a lot to go on. I don't collect these props. That's not my bag, my forte, my cup of tea, if you will. But if you do like these things, I got to say, when I see some pictures that people post on the Model Behaviour Facebook group, go join it if you haven't yet. Link in the description below. They look really cool when they've got their whole setup with maybe a Captain America shield and an Iron Man helmet and a Mjolnir. The Star-Lord helmet is a really cool, funky design with the big circular red eyes, and I think it looks pretty badass. So this particular item, let me just glance down at my notes, going to be $131.99. Let's just call it $132, shall we? All right, what are you going to do with that cent? Tell you what, you can put it in a little piggy bank, save it up over a few years. Eventually, you'll have about $100. Donate it to Model Behaviour. I'll use it to decorate the room. Then again, that might take a long ass time. I really need to decorate this place now. I need to make it feel a bit more homely. But so, yeah, go ahead. Spend your money on the Star-Lord helmet. $131.99 going to be available springtime this year, so right around the corner. Go get yourself looking like a Star-Lord. Oh, my voice went all high there. Star-Lord! It's like I'm 13 again. 4 Horsemen Studios are giving us some more Cosmic Legions, and they haven't released the first wave yet. Now look, I'm all for pre-ordering stuff, putting money behind a project that you're excited about, but come on! Give me some action figures, will ya? I paid that X £100, goodness only knows how long ago, but I think it's about 2 years ago, wasn't it? Year and a half, maybe? Was it only a year? I don't know. I get impatient. But now they're showing off Wave 3, so I'm going to have to read this off the notes. This is 4 Horsemen Cosmic Legions Outpost Zaxius Wave Opor Ativ 8311. So the Zaxius Wave is the wave that this person is a part of. We're going to get a whole bunch more figures. And annoyingly, I know they're going to look really good, but I'm not getting any more of these. I want to get the first wave, and that'll be a nice little experience for me, and then I'm done. I can't afford any more waves and collections and lines to get hold of. It does look gorgeous, though. So bright, so colourful. 3 different heads, and I love the big dome space helmet. Like, this is ticking all the boxes for me. I dig it, baby. I dig it the most. So a bit more information. It says the new 4 Horsemen Outpost Zaxius figure, Opor Ativ 8311, will be part of a brand new Cosmic Legions wave that will go up for pre-order on the 31st of March. His Bleeders Guild spy, this Bleeders Guild spy, I cut and pasted only half that first word. This Bleeders Guild spy is a standard figure which will be $37 in the Store Horseman pre-order. He comes with a single body and 3 distinct heads. I gotta say, even though I'm not gonna pick up this figure, I'm excited just to see what the rest of this wave looks like, because, come on, it's 4 Horsemen. They always look wicked. a little more basic now, but actually more expensive, which is interesting. I guess, value is where you find it. We got some new TMNT figures from Super 7. These are Wave 10 of the TNT Ultimates. We have Ninja April. We've got Rocker Leo. We've got Mirage Casey. And we got the Rat King. Now, these guys are going to be $55 each, and they're going to be available towards the end of this year, maybe next year. The company are like, whoa, don't pin us down, all right? They're going to be ready when we're ready, all right? Let's call it the end of the year, maybe next year, maybe 2025. Who knows? What I do know is this wave has got to be popular, or this line is going to be popular, because we're on to wave 10. Gotta be doing something right. For me personally, not my cup of tea. I've been saying that the whole time now, 3 items in, and I'm like, nah, still not my forte. But if it is your forte, then keep your peepers peeled. I always thought that was a gross expression. Keep your eyes peeled. Ugh. Nonetheless, have a look out, because they're coming soon-ish. End of the year. Who knows? Next item. You know something that might be surprising to you? Let me shock you. I think McFarlane page punchers, the mini page punchers, are a really freaking cool concept. I know, right? 3.75 inch scale? The worst scale? I'm kidding, it's not. There isn't a worse scale. You buy what you want to buy. Don't let anyone kink shame you. It's not kink shame, it's action figure shame. Don't know why why have I got kink shaming on the brain? I feel no shame. So look, what I love about page punchers is that these are the perfect gateway into comic books and action figures. For just, is it $11.99? For $11.99, you get a comic book, you get an action figure. So if you have a niece, a nephew, a little cousin, someone who you don't know what to buy for a birthday or a Christmas, boom! Get them a page puncher. Even if they're not into comics, they'll be like, oh, thanks. At least you got something. It's not a gift certificate. So we're getting some new ones coming out now. We're getting, let me glance down. We're getting the 3-inch Batman, all right? We're also getting Aquaman, Lex Luthor, and Batman Beyond. A nice little wave range of figures. These are going to be coming out May 2023, and yeah, get them for little Johnny, Billy, Susie, or I don't know, get them for yourself if you want. That would be weird though. We got some more TMNT figures now, this time from Playmates. It's so great when different companies, you got Playmates, NECA, Super 7, they all make different versions of, the same characters. I wish we had a good competitor to Marvel Legends. I love Marvel Legends, but I wish there was someone to put a little fire underneath them, No more resting on your laurels, guys. There was a rumor that Toy Biz were coming back. If you believe that, there's a bridge I want to sell you. But we've got some Playmates figures from the new movie coming out, and we're going to talk more about that later. These figures actually look kind of nice, though. I gotta say, I'm not a Playmates person. Item number 4 that I'm not interested in, but I will talk about anyway, because I love the sound of my own voice. So let me give you the gist on these figures. We got Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. Pizza's the food that's sure to please. These ninjas are into pepperoni and cheese. I love that title rap. However, Raphael was not the leader of the group transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. We all know that it's Leonardo. That's why Raphael has the scar on his cheek, because that's how Leo became the big boss. Yeah, that's a little bit of turtle lore for you there. Gotta love it. Anyway, what I was saying was that these are going to be just $9.99 each. Like proper kids' toys. Remember those in the good old days? And they're modeled after the turtles in the Mutant Mayhem movie. There's also a Pizza Fire Van, the latest version of their fully equipped party wagon, which is going to be $39.99. $40 for like a full-on vehicle? It's pretty freaking cool. I gotta say, well done, Playmates. You're offering some good stuff here. Speaking of vehicles, hoo-ha, this is kind of old news now, but McFarlane are doing the Tim Burton Batmobile, and geez, we've only got a picture. We don't have a price, but this thing's gotta be expensive, but oh my goodness. Are people gonna wanna shell out some schmeckles for it? You bet your ass they will. Because we're getting the Tim Burton Batman. They're doing the version of him from the Flash movie. I'd like to see a classic 89 version, which have a feeling like surely we're going to get that eventually, right? I mean, if they're doing the Michael Keaton likeness, why not just do the most iconic version of Mr. Keaton? And then you've got this big old Batmobile to go with it. I'm guessing like at least $150. But who knows? It might be more, it might be less. It's no idea. But if it looks like a really great representation of that Tim Burton vehicle, that's going to look great. And we got a few more McFarlane DC figures. We're getting Steel. We've got a little preview image, as we always have. They tend to look really nice, and then we'll get the later, more detailed pictures in hand. Steel, part of the reign of the Supermen, one of the replacement Supermen who came to fill in the gap after Clark was killed by Doomsday. I was kind of tempted to pick up some of these guys because Superboy in particular is like my 1990s right there. But I thought, no, don't do that, because then you will want to get all 4 of the Supermen, and then Doomsday if they do Doomsday, and then a classic... No, stop it, Dave. But Steel, he looks decent. And speaking of a classic Superman, they are doing Hush Superman, which I think is kind of just retooled and reworked from the Poison Ivy crazy looking Superman. I gotta say, just based off this one promo picture, I don't think he looks great. The McFarlane proportions look all weird. Big chest, small head. I mean, I don't know. Am I talking crazy? You'll tell me. You'll tell me if I'm talking crazy. I think I might be talking crazy, but also I think I'm not. It doesn't look great. I'm just not a big fan of McFarlane, and this sort of exemplifies to me what I don't like about some of their looks. You know what I'm saying? Either way, both these guys are going to be up for pre-order soon. You can judge for yourself when you get them. SH Monster Arts are bringing something pretty freaking badass looking with their Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris figure. And yeah, I haven't seen any of the Gamera movies. I can only talk about badass looking action figures. And this is a badass looking action figure. So I don't even have any further information on it. If I do find some more while I'm editing this video, I'll put a nice little scroll along the bottom of the video and it'll tell you all the information that you need to know. But in the meantime, I'm just going to show you the pretty pictures, because by golly, they are pretty. And finally, for action figures, McFarlane are releasing some big, hefty Spawn figures. We saw these kind of leaked a little while ago. Now we got some pretty pictures. So first of all, we've got Monolith. And Monolith, as the name implies, is a big, beefy, chunky dude. Again, I don't have a huge amount of information on these figures, but we've got some nice looking pictures. So let's just stare at them and go, golly, that looks pretty. Because it does. I love a big, gnarly monster. That right there, he's a big, gnarly monster. Then after that, we've got Sin. I don't know any of these Spawn characters, but I like the looks. I always thought Todd McFarlane, great artist, great with concepts and visuals. Not the best actual writer in the world. Sometimes you gotta play to your strengths. Look, that's not me being mean. I can neither write nor draw. So he's got one up on me. But you know what? If I did try writing, I could probably write better. Yeah, that's a bold claim, but there you go. So there's Sin as well. Then finally, they've got Medieval Spawn. Medieval Spawn's a fun one to see because this is a full-on kind of reimagining of an old 90s figure that I used to have. So I like that McFarlane do that. They'll take the old 90s one and go like, how can we zhuzh this up a little bit? And all 3 of these figures look pretty darn well zhuzhed. I like what I see. Going over to film and TV news now, and first of all, the Oscars. I'm not going to tell you anything you don't already know. It was a great night for Everything Everywhere All at Once. My #1 favorite movie, not just of last year, but if it can stay with the longevity, maybe of all time. Like, I really freaking love that movie. So that won Best Picture, Michelle Yeoh won Best Actress, Ke-Huy Quan won Best Supporting Actor, Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress. It was a good night, and it was wins for people that I wanted to see win. Speaking of which, the internet sweetheart, nay, the world sweetheart, Brendan Fraser, he got his huge Best Actor win for The Whale as well. The Oscars, I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't care what a bunch of stuffed shirt people think, but people do care. And it's just nice to see nice people in good projects get recognition, so for this Oscars, 2 thumbs up. Then, as I alluded to earlier, a little foreshadowing, we've got the full trailer, or the teaser trailer, I don't know, what separates a teaser from a full trailer. Either way, we've had a proper look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and oh my goodness, this looks freaking fantastic. I mean, yeah, look, big bang of Spider-Verse vibes, but look, there's no harm in copying from the best. And Spider-Verse was fantastic, and it looks like it's been done in a similar kind of sketchy, fun, irreverent style. And what I'm most impressed by is that these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles seem to talk like teenagers. When I saw the first piece of concept art, I was like, geez, I don't know about this. Seth Rogen, like, what are you doing? No, I'm completely won over. I've never heard the Turtles with voices like this before. They've even been like, yo, dude, hey, whoa, they're like, it's sort of very cartoony, teenager-ish, or then they go, like, too dark, and it's all, you know, we're the Turtles. You know, this is full on, this is teenagers. And I think it works brilliantly. I was smitten by this trailer. Cannot wait to see the actual film. Over in TV news, The Last of Us Season 1 has finished. And oh my goodness, what a ride that was. I thoroughly enjoyed each and every episode, and they stuck the landing as well. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. Could have actually had a couple of extra episodes. Yeah, I think it could have. I think they could have spread out and spaced out and done some more extended storytelling. But the fact that they got the full game with all the notes in there, and they told it well, and it was kind of heart-wrenching in places. No, bravo. So obviously season 2 is greenlit and good to go, and apparently they're not going to tell the full second game in season 2 because that game is long, epic. It goes on for a while, so I can imagine seasons 2 and 3 covering the second game. But just whenever it does come out, I am so on board. I can't wait to see who they get to play Abby. I'm a big fan of that character. I love what they did with the different characters and sides and all the progression. No spoilers. I've just got to say, loved what they did with The Last of Us. Bring on season 2. And speaking of loving stuff, John Wick Chapter 4 is getting reviewed, and the reviewers are freaking loving it. IGN 10 out of 10. Now look, I know that IGN is like the polar opposite of model behavior. They score everything real freaking high. But still, 10 out of 10. That is high praise. And I hope it's justified. I love the first 3 John Wick films. I love how it starts out as just like a classic gangster revenge film and becomes this insane Matrix-style comic book world that they live in. And they're just going full hog, as we say here, with this 4th movie, but not just in amazing spectacle, but it sounds like real character nuance and what drives the John Wick persona, why he does what he does, his feelings, his emotions, and all of that wrapped up in apparently some of the greatest martial arts action stunt choreography you've ever seen in your life. That is going to be the first film that I go to see here in Japan again. Again, you know what I mean. Now that I'm in Japan again, it's going to be the first film I go to see over here. Why am I explaining myself? You know what gibberish I mean. Over in pro wrestling news, WWE is trying to get gambling on their outcomes legalized, which like sounds completely preposterous. And it's not unheard of to have betting on pro wrestling. Places like DraftKings do bets where they'll have like straight up match results, but then you've got other things like, will a finisher be hit? Will a chair be used? Will this or that happen? I'm not a big gambler. I'm not a gambler at all. So I don't really know what goes into it. But WWE are trying to go more like traditional gambling routes, saying, we're going to decide what the result's going to be, and it's going to be locked away in a box and no one will know what it is. It sounds highly dubious. One of the biggest legislating bodies, the head of that, I can't remember who it was or where, but basically when questioned on whether or not they would allow WWE gambling, the guy's response was NFW. And then also with regards to WWE, Bray Wyatt, the spooky ookie kooky man, is out of action, unfortunately. I feel bad for this guy, but also there's only so many times you can kind of cry wolf as with regards to saying, hey, this is the new me, it's going to be big and bright and new and exciting, and then ultimately it's not. And that's kind of what Bray's return has been. And now apparently he's out injured, and I feel bad for him as a human being, but that character really wasn't wasn't doing anything. We got some QR codes, some weird vignettes, dude in a mask, the bunny costume. Like, what are we actually doing here? And apparently it was supposed to be Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and Lesnar was like, nope, not doing that. Not getting bogged down in this nonsense. So I do feel bad for Bray, but at the same time, he's not really done anything, you know? So I don't know, maybe if he goes away for a while to rehab or, you know, sort out whatever he's sorting out, then he can come back again and this time get it right. But I kind of feel like we're running out of chances here. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania is out on Switch and I think other consoles, maybe PC. Regardless, it's one of my favorite games from a few years ago, and now it has a Castlevania facelift, basically. So Dead Cells is a roguelike type game, which means that when you die, that's it. Back to the beginning. However, you do keep a few power-ups and a few pickups and a few weapons that will then change the game as you go forward. So there is progression, but it's kind of brutal, but oh, it's a lot of fun. The pixel animation art style, chef's kiss, gorgeous. And now, because I felt like I had my fill with that game. Now we're getting the whole Castlevania facelift. It looks beautiful. Like, it's really, again, just more gorgeous pixel art and such an intuitive, fun game to play. I cannot wait to pick this up myself because the reviews are good. It's not just like a quick slap on a fresh coat of paint and put it back out there for market. No, apparently they've gone really hard to make this game worth it. This upgrade, this DLC, whatever you want to call it, you're getting the bang for your buck. I think it's time for me personally to step back into the world of Dead Cells. Merchandising now, and statues. Kotobukiya are doing a fun, quirky, unusual looking Star Trek statue. So I love the Kotobukiya style. I'm always down for like the little anime cheesecake kind of look. That resonates with me. So we've got sort of a cute Dr. Spock looking Kotobukiya Star Trek girl, and I gotta say, she looks wicked. Let me give you some more information on her. So this is the Star Trek Vulcan Science Officer Bishouju statue, and it's inspired by Spock's look in the original series. The 1/7 scale statue stands at 8.58 inches tall with a display base. It's priced at $129.99 with a release date of September in Japan. So yeah, I think I'll keep my eyes out for that one. Over in Cosplay Corner, I'm featuring Lauren Cosplays this time. She's a lady who does some badass cosplay. Wow, Dave, did you sit down for a long time and really hash out what you were going to put in that script? Yeah, spent all of a hot second on it. Hey, look, speaking of hot, just segue, look at me being all clever. This is a proper channel. It's not. Kind of is. I'm doing my best, but I've been on hiatus. I mean, look, I've moved to the other side of the world, all right? I'm trying to keep up with this. Why am I arguing with myself? You guys get it. I don't know. I sometimes have to justify things to myself. Regardless, look at the pretty pictures. She's really good at what she does. Go and check her out. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. A weird looking good news. It's been getting darker. The sun's been going down while I've been filming this. But hey, I wanted to get a proper video episode out just to get things kind of sort of rolling again. Keep rolling. So this is not going to be too much of a regular thing doing Good News. I want to start transitioning maybe a little bit away from this and getting more into the As Told by Toys type videos, because I want some evergreen content. The only problem with Good News is that when it's not news anymore, when it's old, no one wants to watch it anymore. And why would ya? You could go back into my archives and hear about this new controller wave that's coming out. No, what? You ain't gonna do that. So I'm probably gonna start transitioning more into the As Told by Toys, because that's actually a lot of fun. It takes more work, but ultimately, I think it's better for the channel. Let me know what you think about that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Big time.